there she is. You know, I'm just sitting here serenading you, thinking about you.
Thank you.
You want me to keep on serenading?
Can you go take the trash out? Sorry.
Just like that. Man! And that's, yes, I will.
Thank you.
After this
Thank
episode.
you.
Hey everybody, I'm Bishop.
And I'm Dr. Steph.
And boy, you are tuned in to Our Life, Our Journey.
Our truth.
And here it is right here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, we are so excited to have you every single week. It means a lot that you're connected to us. Make sure you take a moment and make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you
subscribe.
It means a lot to us if you do. Man, we're having a great time and I'm trying to serenade my wifey and she's trying to get me to
be done, but thank you, baby. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That's what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about this because we're gonna talk about what do women need, what do men need in relationships, in marriage, etc. We're gonna be honest and real, right?
Okay.
We're gonna make it right?
Yeah, right.
Because we wanna make sure it ain't like, all right, Sunday morning. Listen, here's what we're gonna do. So, I want to open up with this because I think it's important in relationships. Often relationships get complicated.
Yeah.
Expectations are not necessarily met.
Communicated.
Because they're not communicated. So women have needs, and we gotta be honest about that.
Yeah.
Honest.
Yes.
Men have needs.
Men have
Gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What?
Well, let's first start by saying we didn't always know
Did not.
what each other needed.
Did not.
And that this has been a road of growth.
Correct.
And it's been a journey, not an event.
Yeah.
And now we can talk about it.
Our journey.
Our truth. Right?
Right. So what have you, like, for example, just in the relationship, what have you discovered about, let's talk about this, it's inverted. What have you discovered that you feel like you've grown to understand that I need as a man?
I have learned over time, and I think you were telling me this from day one, I just wasn't hearing you, that you need to be validated, right?
Yeah.
And you need to be listened to, right? I'm laughing because I was not a very good listener, right? And that you need to be made to feel like you are truly the man of the house. Like you're not the mouse, you're not the woman, you wear the pants, you don't wear the skirts, and that you are the head and not the tail. And it is important for you to feel like you're a king in your castle.
Affirm to that wrong.
Yeah.
That's good, babe.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. Look at you.
Thank you.
Oh, why?
It took me 15 years, but
15.
it's all good. Well, it didn't take me that long.
15. But you know what?
Yeah.
Hello.
Aww.
But no, let me tell you, I appreciate that. And I have learned that you needed to be, it took me a little while, but you need to be appreciated for all the things that you do. You need to be appreciated, celebrated, affirmed, acknowledged. It needed to be known that you were doing all these amazing things with our kids, home, the organization, all those things, and moving around so busy, I wasn't often aware of it. And I think the pandemic allowed me to see in real time all the things you had done, put in place.
I think that it's easy when you are accomplished to acknowledge people's accomplishments.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that you're a doctor and you go to work. I know that you're a businesswoman and you do that. But as women, we do so much more that we don't get credit for. And like he's saying he's going to work, I'm going to work. Well, we're the same. Well, we're not the same because you do what you do, I do what I do. And then on top of that, I'm responsible for everything else that happens in the background.
That's real. You know, the folks that are listening to us today, I think, you know, and they're probably glued to it saying, man, say my thing. And I'm gonna help you out. Because I think it's important for women to understand what men need.
Yeah.
And one of those things I think men need is to feel, you talked about validation, that's important. Very, very important. But men need to feel supported in their visions and their dreams. To feel like they're not, you know, being talked down to, or that's crazy. Men have to dream. We have to have space and room to dream and feel that we have support in our home and our relationships, right?
Yeah. Agree. And I've definitely learned that. And I've definitely seen you come alive when I do affirm and I do support.
Yeah.
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 But I would say I was always a good supporter.
Yeah.
I didn't always listen.
Correct.
But I was always a good supporter.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
And then I would say, as women, we want to feel seen and heard, right? It's not enough for you to be present when I'm speaking so that you can claim that you hear me, right? There's a difference, right? I'm listening. No, you're not listening. You heard me speak. But did you hear me? Did you hear my heart? Did you hear my spirit? Did you hear where I'm coming from? Do you understand my perspective? Do you see me in my words?
That's good. That's good. That's good. It's like the invisible man. Do you really see me? Do you value, understand who I am as a person? I think I've evolved in it, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. That's what's up,
He's
right?
doing great now.
Yeah, now. See, this, now. Yeah,
No, but I think that it's important for people to understand, like, when you're in relationships, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. When you get married, you are still learning. People think, oh, I'm married and it's going to be bliss. Well, when you get married, like, now you're together 24/7, even if you were before, it's a whole different level of commitment, because whatever is happening in your life, now it's forever, as opposed to possible. This might be going somewhere, and maybe it's not. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
When you're married, like, those little quirks that you thought were cute, now you're like, are you going to be doing that forever? Like, that's something that we have to deal with.
We have to deal with it. All right. So I think one of the things, and we talk about this in our book. This is important.
Yeah.
We have a book. We want you to get it. It's called Becoming a Couple of Destiny. And we have a whole section on space and grace.
Space and grace, yes.
Like, men need space.
Yeah.
We need space. And we need the grace to be able to manage that space, man. I need, for example, I need competition. I need to go and play ball or go out and do things with the guys. I need to take my guys trip. I have to do that. If I don't get that socialization in that space, man, I will implode,
Yeah,
right?
you don't feel alive.
I don't feel alive. Yeah, I don't feel alive. And so
Or that's one of your outlets for sure.
yeah, for sure. And you?
And I would say the same for women, like being able to go hang out with your girls, go on girl trips, but also to just unwind. And I think this also deals with, like, possibly the type of personality you have. Like, the other day he was asking me, well, what do you need? Da 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 da. And I was just like, and I didn't say it in a nice way, although I didn't mean it in a mean way. I was like, I just need to be left alone.
Yeah,
like,
she meant that.
I need my time. Like, I need my personal time to unwind, to get still, to get with God, to relax, to just be left alone. And, like, how do you say that in a nice way when someone's trying to be supportive? Like, I really just want to be left alone, And so having you time to get back to yourself, whatever that you time is, whether it's with other people or not.
That's good.
I think that's important.
That's very good. Very good. Wow. What would you say to someone out there, some who may have, a need, or how to articulate the need to the other person? Because that's something we had to sit down and do. And sometimes it wasn't always pleasant. It was difficult conversations. I'm like, well, why do you need that? And what have you learned in the communication of the needs?
Yeah. What I think we both learned is, instead of, and because frequently these needs come out of, sometimes you don't even realize what you need until you need it, right? And so frequently the identification of these needs have come out of arguments or disagreements or what have you, right? And so what I've learned to say is, as opposed to saying, you did this and you did that and you weren't right and you, I've learned to say, this is what I saw happen or what I experienced, and this is how it made me feel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you articulate it in that way, then it allows that person to continue to listen, because the moment that you start pointing fingers like you, guess what? They shut down and they're no longer present. But as long as I remained on me and my feelings and what I felt like I possibly contributed versus
That's good.
him, he was able to listen and then truly see me.
That's good.
Right?
That's good. I think that's important, right? That's important. And I think that what I've learned in terms of
Communicating with me.
communicating with you is doing a lot of listening. A lot of listening. Like,
Good job.
yeah, boy. Listen. You just got to just recognize that listen and silence have the same letters. You just got to sit down and like, I'm just going to hear. And I'm not going to just like hear, but I'm going to like make certain I comprehend and understand. And then when she's done, I'm going to ask questions like, what did you mean by that? So I can be very clear about that. Because even as, we were thinking about supporting this new journey with our children and being on deck, we think about how we've been able to manage that. That's a whole episode by itself. That's a whole vibe right there. But let me tell you something. I've learned that, how to be present and supportive. One of the things you often say is, I shouldn't have to ask you to do it.
Yes.
So I've learned how to be.
Feel me.
I've learned how to be more proactive. Right. To plan ahead, to help out, support.
Like when you see the need, you act on it, as opposed to waiting for
she'll
someone
get that.
to ask
She'll
you.
get that, or if she needs me to do it. So I've done that, and that's kind of worked, huge. I think benefits for our relationship and particularly in life for our children. So I think that's important too. Paying attention and being proactive and executing on what you learn. It's one thing to say I heard you, but if you heard me, then why are things still the same?
And then I think another thing that you do really well is when you see that I'm exhausted and you see that I'm going, like the Energizer Bunny.
I'll take it from you.
As opposed to waiting for me to ask. You just step in and say,
I got it.
I see you. Go take a break. I got this. Even if it means you rearranging your calendar and rearranging your schedule to be present.
And the same thing with you too. I think that's important because I think, I often say, you've done a great job of creating a castle here. Like you create a refuge, and I think it's important to understand this in relationships, guys. Listen, a man goes out in the world, he's taking blows all day long. Boom, it's like a boxing match. Ding, he leaves home, he's getting boxed, hitting the head, hitting the stomach. He's trying to, ward off different things. And then when the bell rings and he comes home, ding, ding, it's like his corner. So he wants a cold glass of water, he wants a shoulder massage, he wants encouraging words. If he hits the door and he's got to fight again, he say, man, why would I have to fight? That's why guys just take the long way home, or they just drive around the neighborhood for like 2 hours before they come, because it doesn't feel like it's a sanctuary. And I think that's important creating, because we need you ladies to create a sanctuary in our home, to not be naggers. The Bible says if you nag, it's like a drip faucet. It's just...
And I would pause there and say it's not just the ladies who have to create that environment. Yes, that's helpful to do that, but it's in partnership with the men, right? Because you can have a beautiful sanctuary at home in terms of, the environment that you've created, but if someone comes in like the Tasmanian devil in a thunderstorm, then that disrupts that environment. So it's a joint effort, one. And two, that's what works for us in our relationship. For someone else's relationship, it might be split roles, right? It might be that both of you guys are out fighting the world and coming back in. And so whatever works for you, someone, if not the both of you, are responsible for making sure that at the very least, your home site, the home, feels like a home versus a house, but truly is a refuge for the two of you.
That's really good. That's really good. I think these are just, little tidbits to help us all understand that men have needs, women have needs, and I think it's important. And I think the bigger thing we get out of this is really support communication. And one of the things I think is incredibly important is to have a level of heightened sensitivity to your mate. I can sense, sense when she needs my presence. I had a meeting the other day, and it's a standard meeting with my team, and I knew that my wife needed me. And I just said, hey, guys, I just need to be present. The team pivoted because they understand that. And without me having to tell them what it was, they just pivoted, and I was present. And you said to me,
the world,
thank you for being present. Sometimes you have to have a level of sensitivity where the person feels like a priority.
Yes.
Because the moment a person doesn't feel like a priority, man, that becomes problematic,
when they feel like an option versus a number one, 100%. Like, I know a lot of women are like, if I feel like an option, I'm not going to allow myself to be there. And so you can go opt for something or someone else.
Never meant to cause you any sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain. but yeah, you get it, right? And let's talk about security, though.
That's huge for me. Like, and it's not security, like you have to do everything. It's just in any relationship, especially a marriage, especially a long-term relationship, something that's going somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I need to feel secure. I need to feel secure financially. I need to feel secure for my safety and my health. I need to feel secure as in this is a good, healthy relationship for
Good.
me in
Good.
terms of spiritually and emotionally, like
Good.
I'm being emotionally fed.
Yeah.
And like I need to feel secure, like mentally, like I'm not in an abusive space, right? And when I say financially, it's not about somebody taking care of you. That's not it. It's about together. When we bring our resources together, are we together making solid goals, right? Are we together, or is someone like sneaking off, spending money on frivolous things, going to Vegas on a binge? You know, like it's about when we bring our assets together, are we able to trust each other to move forward, to build, right? That's financial security. It's not about amount. It's about direction, right? And then I think sort of physical health and lack of abuse, I think, speaks for itself. And abuse is not you laying hands on someone all the time. Abuse can be mental as well in terms of verbal abuse as well, or neglect. And so I think all of those things play into security. Like I need to feel secure in this relationship. Otherwise, it's not the right relationship for me.
Right, that's good. So we hope some of these principles will help you guys, man. We're just keeping it real. Like every relationship has needs, and ministry is meeting a need. And I think marriage is ministry. And so it's about
100%.
understanding what the need is, meeting the need, and you evolve. Give yourself grace and space to evolve. Be patient with the person because sometimes it's not necessarily something that's organic to that person's experience. They have to learn, listen, take their time, and then become. Trust me, we've done it. And 15 years in, and we're just learning some things now.
And I would say that sometimes someone is not meeting a need, right? Because they don't know.
Yeah.
If you haven't expressed the need and perhaps you think, well, they should know, they've been around me long enough. Yeah, maybe they should. But if you have not articulated the need, and sometimes we don't even know what we need ourselves. And so to be able to expect someone else to know what we need and we don't know, being forced to articulate that, one, and then understand kind of like the baggage, like where are they from? What have they done? What have they experienced in life that may prohibit them from understanding my perspective, my views automatically, and sort of having those difficult conversations, like what is going on? Like, where is this coming from? Where is this stemming from? And perhaps you need a counselor. Perhaps it's just sitting down with the two of you. But I know for us, like, we decided early on in our courting period that if this was going somewhere in terms of towards marriage, that we would commit to a counselor from day one. And so we did. We did for 2.5, maybe 3 years straight. And it wasn't about going to get everything fixed. It was was maintenance. And we're still with that counselor even today. When we need to go in, we go in. She gets an email, she gets a message, and she makes room for us on our schedule because she's known us with 15 years. So she's grown with our relationship.
Whew. So guys, we hope this has blessed you guys so much. We thank y'all for rocking with us. We appreciate it so much. And man, I am so blessed. This woman right here, man.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm grateful to God. I hope you connect with someone that understands you, that understands your needs. What's the point of being together if your needs are not being met?
Right.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all those great things. And we appreciate you. We love to read your comments. We get a lot of ideas from your comments. So thank you once again. I'm Bishop.
And I'm Dr. Steph.
Be blessed. Hello. I can see your eyes.